Hi everyone, this is Dave from DailyTechTV and this is my Q&A session for Tuesday 26th of October 2011. Now for those of you who aren't familiar with my Q&A sessions, these are the videos where you can leave me questions in the comment section below the video and I will answer them in a future video. You can also send me a question via email, send it to geekanoids@gmail.com, put Tech Q&A in the subject line and I'll try and include it in a future video. Or you can go to the iTunes App Store and you can search for Geekanoids, download my free app. It works on the iPod Touch, the iPhone and the iPad, and there is a Q&A section in there where you can submit your questions. So on with this Q&A session, and I'm going to start answering questions that were left in my previous video. None of this is rehearsed, so bear with me while I read through the questions. First one is from the Arby. Great videos, Dave. What do you think of OnLive UK and do you have it yet? Well, if you check the main channel and search for OnLive, you can see that I was at the UK launch. I do also have a console, I have an unboxing and a full review on the channel. I think it's absolutely fantastic. A little tip is to keep an eye out for the special offers that they have. Sometimes they have games for £1 or half price offers. Absolutely stunning service. You do need a fairly good internet connection to use it to its full potential, but I'm really enjoying it. It's a great service. The next one is from Sean's Macintosh. Great video, Dave. Thank you. So here's my question. Where do you think Apple would be today if Steve Jobs did not go back to Apple in 1998? Also, MacBook Air, or wait for the new 2012 MacBook Pros? First question, I think that Apple, if Steve Jobs hadn't gone back in 1998, would probably have gone under. I don't think that it would exist today. They were experiencing so many problems, both financially and product-wise, that I think it would have really gone into liquidation and wouldn't be the Apple as we know it today. With regards to the MacBook Air, if you need a laptop, buy one now. If you don't really need one, then wait. The 2012 MacBook Pros, I'm hoping, will be very, very good indeed. In fact, I'm thinking that they will release this 15-inch MacBook Air or 15-inch MacBook Pro with the very thin profile and a solid-state drive will come out probably January 2012 now, so keep an eye out for that. The next one is from eCartman12. AdSense are still reviewing my account. It's been a month and a half now. What should I do? I can't find out any way to contact them. What you've got to understand is in the UK there's only a very small team of people that deal with partner applications and partner inquiries. So a month and a half is getting to be a little bit long, but I would probably wait at least another month before trying to contact them. If you go to the page where you actually applied for partnership, then there is a contact form or contact email address on there, so you can always get in contact with them that way. And the next question is from Love Heart Grametal. Excellent video, Dave. Thank you again. Do you think Apple will keep the classic style iPod? I loved my 3rd gen Nano and I like the classic, both with the click wheel, so would love a new one. To be honest, I think the classic is going to stay exactly the same in their lineup. I don't think that they're going to introduce anything new in the click wheel line of iPods. I think they're just going to keep that 160GB iPod Classic there and it will just remain for at least the next 2 or 3 years. I don't think they're going to develop any new models. The next question is from Daniel Horth Photo. Do you like the new interface on the iPod Nano? With the big icons, much easier to navigate. You can always switch back to the old smaller icon style, but yes, I do think the larger icons are a nice improvement. Farouk 1, Dave, are you married? Yes, I am. Thank you very much for the question. And the next one is from, well, it's not really a question, but here we go. The Techno Bite. You need to put a question mark in your comments. It says, I've got an iMac 27-inch and a white MacBook unibody, but I want something that I could take to school and it's really portable. Well, the only choice, you've already got a MacBook unibody, so you've already got a portable laptop, but the only choice for something smaller is a MacBook Air. So look at the 11-inch or 13-inch MacBook Air. Mquan has asked a question, do you love Mquan? Of course I do, mate, of course I do. You are a genuine guy and you know you've got a friend for me in life, so very funny question. I know you didn't expect me to answer that one. Next one is from Fab3337. Hey Dave, do you think I should get a Samsung Nexus Prime or an iPhone 4S? My current phone is an Android. Well, if you're used to Android and you're liking it, then go for a Samsung Nexus Prime or the new Motorola Droid Razr that's coming out next month. If you're not liking Android, then yeah, try an iPhone 4S. It is absolutely stunning. I love my iPhone 4S, so I can definitely recommend it. Next question is, here we go, from Chapel Matt. What would you recommend a high-spec Mac Mini for demanding tasks but not massive editing projects, or would an iMac be better for that? Well, the fact that you're asking that question really points me towards the iMac. I'm sorry to say this, I've got a Mac Mini sitting behind me here that's running this screen, and it does editing fine, but it sounds like you're going to be pushing it maybe to its upper limits because you're wanting to really spec it out highly. So if you're going to put loads of memory in and maybe a different hard drive, a 7200 RPM hard drive, which is essential for video editing, then you may as well go iMac and just, you know, don't spec out that Mac Mini right to the max. If you really are only going to be doing very minimal editing on it, then a Mac Mini would be absolutely fine. Next question. Yeah, the Floors Blake gave me some feedback. I think you need some lighting on your left side, which is your right, so on one of my sides. It's a little bit too dark on my face compared to the old studio. Well, hopefully today will be better. I've got some good room lighting going on anyway, so some good natural lighting. I've also got an overhead light today as well, and I've got another studio light just set off to the side, which is reflecting just above me, so hopefully the colour will be a lot better. I'm also recording this on a Canon 60D, which is just for a test to see how the video comes out. And on top of the Canon 60D, I've got a Rode Videomic Pro. So give me some feedback if you think that this setup is giving you a more pleasurable viewing experience. And the next question. Here we go. Dilrico. Hi Dave, love watching your videos. Thank you again. Do you know of any faults with the HTC Desire S? I'll be getting one in about 3 weeks time. Nothing at all really. It is a great Android based handset. I think, just trying to remember back from my review, I think the only thing possibly that I found was if you put the speaker, so the external speaker, on full volume, then it does distort a little, but when you knock it down one notch or two, it's still plenty loud enough and the audio is very good. But yeah, very nice phone, very nice build quality as well. Next one is from the Jaredism. How many Apple products do you own? Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to count this as we go. So I've got the Mac Pro, I've got the Time Capsule, I've got the AirPort Extreme, I've got the Mac Mini sitting behind me, I've got a PowerBook, an iBook, an old PowerBook G3 Lombard, which is the old browny bronzy coloured one. So I've got the, did I say the Mac Mini? I don't know, so we'll say 8. A couple of Magic trackpads, a couple of Magic keyboards if they count, iPhone 4, iPhone 4S, we've got 2 iPod Touches in the family, 2 iPads and an iPad 2, so it's about 19, so say 19 or 20, so quite a lot of Apple products. Next one, 3D, what's your app called? It's simply called Geekanoids. So search that in the iTunes App Store and you will find it. Next one, what do you think will be in the iPad 3? And that's from Splash Tech. I think we're going to get a very high-res display, possibly 1280 by 720. They might even go higher than that. I'm only guessing this. Definitely an upgraded camera, because I know that a lot of people haven't been pleased with the camera quality in the current iPad. And I think they will beef up the spec a tiny little bit with regards to internal memory. Bluetooth 4, I think we're getting there as well. And that's about it really. Maybe they'll add GPS to the 3G version, so the non-3G version, so we get a Wi-Fi version with GPS in it as well. Just a guess, just a guess. So now on to the last question that was left as a comment in my previous video. And this one is from Amber, who sends me a lot of questions via email, so thank you very much for all your questions. Hi Dave, do you think the iPod Touch is getting more and more like an iPhone every year? Apple bring out a new one, and do you think Apple should kill off the iPod Touch line? Well, no, I don't think they should ever get rid of the iPod Touch line. I'll tell you why. There's a lot of people that want to be able to play games, check their emails, play media like music and movies, etc., without having to sign up to an iPhone contract. So they will never ever get rid of the iPod Touch line. And the reason they keep them so similar is because people can then get used to using an iPod Touch, and if they move over to an iPhone, they haven't got to relearn everything again. So definitely not. They will always keep the iPod Touch line. Now I'm going to move on to just a few questions that I received via email and also via my iPod Touch and iPad and iPhone app. And before I do that, I just want to say that you might experience that this second part of this video is just a little bit different colour grading. And that's because I had to reset up the camera. It stopped recording, and as I mentioned earlier in this video, I'm testing the Canon 60D for this Q&A session, so you might find that this second half, it just looks a little tiny bit different to the first half that you watched. So the first question I was sent via my iOS app is from Yu Kang, and he says, "Hey Dave, are you disappointed that Apple didn't do a full upgrade with the iPhone? I have an iPhone 4, do you think I should upgrade to the iPhone 4S? Well, I was initially disappointed, but when you come to think about the design of the iPhone 4, there was nothing wrong with it. It looks absolutely stunning. So that was the whole reason they kept the design the same. They didn't need to change the case design. With regards to you having an iPhone 4 and should you upgrade to an iPhone 4S, I've probably had about 60 to 70 people all ask me a very similar question. So thank you very much for asking this, and hopefully I can answer this in one go in this video. If you've got an iPhone 4, you should only upgrade to the 4S if you really need the 8 megapixel camera, you need the 1080p video capture, and maybe you want that extra bit of speed. There's no other reason at all to upgrade. If you've got an iPhone 3G or 3GS or the original iPhone, then yes, definitely upgrade. But for iPhone 4 owners, it is not necessary. So I hope that answers your question. The next one is from Yukong. Do you think Apple will release an iPhone in January, maybe the iPhone 5? No, I don't think that's going to happen in January. I think it'll be June at the earliest, or they might be realigning their schedules for updates for the iPhone. So you might end up having to wait till September or October next year for another update. Next one is from Daniel. Do you think Apple will release a social network to compete with Facebook and Google+? Simple answer is no. They tried with Ping. Enough said. I don't need to say any more on that one. Next one is from Adam. Dave, just wondering, but you're into photography and I want to know what kind of tripod you would recommend for travel use, mainly something light, sub £55. Very easy answer. I just recently got in a Vanguard Nivello 204BK super compact tripod. Just to give you an idea, you see my MacBook Air here, it's about the width of this MacBook Air when it's compacted down. And I'm pretty sure that'll come in under your £55 target price as well. A review will be coming out on the Geekanoids channel in about a week's time, so keep an eye out for that. It's a fantastic tripod. Now the last question for this Q&A session is from George. How come you don't update your wallpaper on your iPhone app every month? I can only apologise, it's just purely a time thing. I would update it every month if I have more time. I do ask for submissions, so if you're a good designer and you can do an iPad wallpaper 1024 by 1024 that can scale down nicely to the other devices, then get in touch via email, geekanoids@gmail.com. So that's it for this Q&A session. If you want to ask a question for the next video, leave it in the comments section below, or you can send me an email, geekanoids@gmail.com. Just put Tech Q&A in the subject line, or if you've got my iOS app, which is free download in the iTunes App Store, you can send it via the app. Please subscribe to the Daily Tech TV channel. If you've never watched a Geekanoids video before, you can see Geekanoids on my t-shirt here. Head on over to youtube.com/Geekanoids and subscribe to the Geekanoids channel as well. Thanks very much for watching. I will see you all in the next video.